Radio is property of GameSHOUT, a company of Red Planet LLC. All rights reserved. Executive producer, Andy Hodges. For live broadcast booking information, syndication, or advertising, email info@GameSHOUT.com. All comments expressed on the show are not necessarily those of GameSHOUT, Red Planet LLC, its advertisers, guests, or syndication affiliates. All music is licensed by ASCAP and BMI. Recordings of this broadcast prohibited without prior written consent. GameSHOUT Radio. The show is brought to you by ATI. Get your new X800 Radeon card today. And BFG Servers. For game server rentals, visit BFGServers.com. BFG Servers, where size does matter. GameSHOUT Radio, the #1 talk game station in the world.
And welcome back to GameSHOUT, GameSHOUT Radio worldwide. If you want to know more about us, just go to the website of GameSHOUT.com, www.GameSHOUT.com. And whether you're listening to us live or through the podcast, we are live Tuesday through Thursday night, starting at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Show usually ends around 10 p.m. Eastern. And tonight, on the agenda, the shows that we have tonight are the wacky news from around the world. We have a GameSHOUT roundtable discussion tonight. The first topic is the world's worst jobs. And then we have...
No, world's worst jobs was last week.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong whiteboard here.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Here, let me make sure I've got this... up here correct then. This week's GameSHOUT Roundtable is professional gaming for young gamers. And we've got a special guest, Victor Lil Poison de Leon, the world's youngest professional gamer. And his father, Vic, is going to join us as well. But then we got the Gamepad Gamers console show, and we're going to hear a preview of Peter Jackson's King Kong. We're going to hear a review of The Suffering, The Ties That Bind, a perfect one for Halloween, and a preview of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I can say the word.
Yeah, that's for GameCube.
But the ultimate, the best review is Ultimate Spider-Man. Oh yeah, TrickNeal's going to do that for us.
That was for the Xbox, PlayStation 2, and GameCube. And then we've got the soundboard tonight with TrickNeal and SexyJosh. Hey, as a reminder, on Mondays at 3 o'clock p.m., don't forget about Control-Alt-Rock. It's during the day. It's 8 p.m. Overseas for those that are in London and Britain and the UK. 8 o'clock p.m. your time, and 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the U.S. It would also make it 12 noon for the West Coast. United States. What a great lunch hour that is. Got a few people that actually have commented on the show, and they tune in during our lunch hour. So really cool. It's called Control-Alt-Rock, and every Monday at 3. You guys, SexyJosh and TrickNeal run the show. You guys have a special guest this Monday, right?
Yeah, actually, we're supposed to have Brad Sucks from BradSucks.net on, and we've been a big fan of him for a couple years now, and it's just really exciting to have him on the show and be able to talk to him.
Yeah, he's a friend of the show.
All right, that's on Monday. I want to also put out a reminder for those that don't have any kind of Potter software. Basically, all it is you load it up on your computer, and you can auto-download any new shows that we do here at GameSHOUT. Yahoo has just released their podcast feature, and it's pretty cool. It has its own player and everything, and if you want to check it out, we are on there, and we're listed under podcasts.yahoo.com. Again, it's podcasts.yahoo.com. And in the search bar, just type in GameSHOUT, and you'll see a listing of all of our shows. And again, it does come with its own player and everything. So I'd like to thank Yahoo.com for that. Someone mentioned it today, and I went over there and I found all of our shows. It was really cool. Even the website of the week from last night's up there.
Wow, very cool. Then the only thing I've got to say is, Yahoo!
And for the iTunes folks, I want to put out a reminder for you guys on Apple iTunes. Apparently Apple iTunes doesn't do live runtime updates of any new shows. They basically do it every 3 hours, and then after 6 p.m. Eastern, they do it every 6 hours. So for some of you, you might not see some of our updated shows on the same night. Might take 3 to 6 hours for that to happen. And that's only on Apple iTunes. But all the other
places, they can always get it
like
the website, right?
That's right. All the other feeds, such as podcast.net and what's the singingfish.com just added us today, by the way. So we're on singingfish.com. But you can definitely take your iPod software, which I call Potter software, and you can load that thing and just point the software directly to our website. And click on podcasts on the home page, and you'll see the links. Now for iTunes, the links are a little bit different, but you'll see that on the podcast page. But yeah, so that's the podcast update for those that are listening, and
I gotta
for some
go
that
potty.
might not. For those that might not get their podcast in time, we've had a few people that mentioned it. So, and also we have Teague. Teague is in the GameSHOUT coffin box since this month is October, Halloween month. And Teague, I understand that you're actually in the box, and you have a microphone
coffin.
Yes, I am. You can hear it now.
Now you got plenty of air and water and all that. And how long are you staying in this coffin?
A couple days.
Have you had the urge of going to the bathroom?
Not yet, but thankfully I have a urinal from my hospital stay.
I don't even want to know what it looks like.
It's green.
It faded.
Relax, it's colored green. The plastic is colored green.
Good.
It's nothing I've done to it.
Now you haven't completely become a vampire yet, but isn't that your goal? That you're trying to become a vampire, and you think that spending a couple of days in the coffin will turn you into a vampire, right?
Well, with any luck, at least it'll be haunted and I'll have something to write about.
Now, for those that are listening, whether live or on the podcast, do not try this at home. All right, Teague is actually in the coffin. Yeah, do not try this at home. Now, you were placed in this coffin early this morning, right?
Yes, I was, along with a big bag of those Lay's potato chips and nice couple-gallon jug of Coca-Cola, lime.
Now, I understand that starting tomorrow morning, and I don't know if they told you about this or not, but they were going to place some wet concrete on the top of this coffin. Did they tell you about that? I know they've nailed it shut so far, but did they tell you about the concrete?
This is the first I've heard of concrete, so I'm going to have a word with whoever's about to do that.
Okay.
It's not about. You already did it. Solid block.
Wait a minute. The concrete's already been poured? That wasn't supposed to happen tomorrow.
Is that why the
tomorrow
Ranger
morning
was here?
You said this morning.
Oh my gosh, you guys! No, I said tomorrow morning. I said definitely not on the 13th, on the 14th.
Oh, get out of here. You know how bad you are with schedules. Andy, back me up here.
I don't know. When I came into work today, I came in early and I saw a Rinker truck just leaving the offices here. So I don't know. I just assumed maybe they were in preparation of adding the concrete.
Man. Okay, we got a problem. Teague, you can still breathe okay, can't you?
Oh, not my day. So, suffocating in a small concrete box. That's how I'm gonna go.
I put a straw down the center of the cement.
Yeah, he put he got that straw from Hardee's.
Yeah, it was one of the long ones. In fact, didn't you like put a few together?
Well, the tape didn't hold. I kind of had to, like, squeeze one end and put it in. But it worked. It's not a lot of cement, so yeah.
Teague, I recommended the straws from Checkers because they're wider.
Yeah, but no. Our buddy Vicious had to go to Hardee's and get the straws.
To the cheap place with the thin straws,
right.
yeah.
Oh, Teague, I don't know what we're gonna do. I suppose
I feel a lawsuit coming.
Well, I suppose we'll just have to keep checking in all night with you and make sure that you're okay in the coffin.
Yeah, keep a sledgehammer ready, huh?
Well, we will update everyone, well, probably on Monday during the Control Alt Rock show, and as well as Tuesday when we go back. Teague is from GameSHOUT, is in the GameSHOUT Haunted Coffin. Is that how you said it, Mav?
The Haunted House Coffin, yep.
The Haunted House Coffin. And the GameSHOUT Haunted House is going to be opening, is it next week?
Yep. Going to be next week. It's going to be open just for that short time of the 17th through the end of the month here, and yep.
And for those that visit the GameSHOUT Radio Haunted House, you'll also get a chance to see the coffin that Teague was in for a few days. So, but now
he may still be in there. We never know.
He still may be in there. That's true. Right now, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the wacky news from around the world right after this.
For the new gaming experience, visit undergroundtournaments.com. For fair match gameplay and more. Enter tournaments to win SOCOM 3 through the month of October. Also, you can earn monthly giveaways just for being a free account holder. And don't forget to check out the shop for great deals in used games. Get started today at undergroundtournaments.com. That's right, undergroundtournaments.com.
Millions of people love Newegg.com. Go on that website and check it out. You'll see what I'm talking about. There's a whole testimonial page. People are using the L word when it comes to Newegg.com. They say love. I love Newegg.com. How is Newegg.com earning this kind of devotion? Well, they sell computers, components, and electronics. That's true. But it's the great price. It's the huge selection. It's the fair shipping. And it's because the customer service is so great. They actually care about your satisfaction. They have video cards, routers, wireless networking equipment, DVD players, hard drives, software, digital cameras, and unbelievable fair shipping. So, I can't sing the praises of Newegg.com enough, and neither can anyone else. So whether you need a motherboard or the mother of all TVs, go to Newegg.com. You'll see what their millions of happy customers are raving about. Once you know, Newegg.com.
Are you looking for a stable game server hosting company? Well, BFG Servers has been in business since 2001. Looking for a game server hosting company with real credibility? Well, BFG Servers is a premier provider of internet gaming, voice, and web hosting services. Are you looking for a responsive, knowledgeable technical support? Well, BFG Servers generally responds to account holder technical issues within 1 hour. BFGServers.com, when size does matter. Welcome back to GameSHOUT Radio. This is Captain Maverick, your host for the wacky news from around the world. We've got a lot of fun going on tonight. Now, not only do we have the wacky news from around the world, but we've got Teague in the coffin, in the haunted house coffin, and we'll be checking in with him throughout the night. You still okay, right, Teague?
Oh yeah, I'm fine for the moment. I'm just trying to get as much air as I can out of this little straw hole that Vicious has put into the coffin.
Well, now you have enough, do you have enough moon pies?
Moon pies I'm short on, but I definitely have enough Coca-Cola to survive.
Well, the reason I ask is that 2 Chinese astronauts rocketed into orbit Wednesday and promptly helped themselves to some pineapple-filled moon cakes for breakfast. Oh, yeah. The traditional heavy pastries should be to the liking of Fei Zhanlong, who is said to have quite a sweet tooth, while his partner, Nai Hasing, apparently prefers the spicier fare. The astronauts of the Shenzhou 6 spacecraft, they've been packed with, a wide range of rations, from green vegetables to braised bamboo shoots to rice and bean congee, whatever that is. No dehydrated cat, but they did. They've got a heating machine that looks like a toaster, and the food-filled cans and plastic containers have been designed to fit snugly into a segmented cafeteria-style tray that is, quaint little pictures of fruit in one corner. So yeah, they were up there in space and floating around and eating moon pies, and yeah, at least they weren't in the coffin. They're, by the way, washing their meals down with extremely pure water taken from 1,700 meters underground. An excrement collecting device will be used for the first time in space. This should be interesting. Okay, I could have gone all night without that information, but hey, that's what they said. Well, a governor hopeful, Edward Forshine, has previously run for office on the legalization of marijuana ticket in New Jersey, but this year he's going even further. This time if he's elected, he says he's going to pardon every single pothead, and says he would, do that all day long. He said he openly advocates that his whole reason for running for office is specifically to give the finger to the Attorney General, the Republicans, and the Democrats, says Edward, who once tried to legally change his name to Mr. Weed Man. Okay, this guy sounds like a real winner. He said you don't smoke marijuana to believe that you shouldn't be put in a cage for smoking marijuana. The weed man in every community is providing a service, man. In fact, the matter of fact is, we, the people, want drugs, man. And by the way, what was I saying? I'm really hungry, man. Anyhow, he sounds like a very interesting potential governor. Well, tobacco warnings, should they be considered art? Interesting question. You think so?
I'd like to see Picasso on the front of a cigarette carton.
Well, gruesome Canadian images of tobacco-damaged gums, lungs, hearts will form part of an exhibit at a New York museum, or at the New York's Museum of Modern Art. The graphic images appear as health warnings on Canadian cigarette packs, and they will now be part of a MOMA exhibition on objects designed to protect the mind and the body from dangerous or stressful influences. Okay, the health minister his name is Kuja Daji. Interesting. He said he's very proud of these labels, that they've been recognized as being, among some of the most innovative and contemporary designs in the world. Canada was first in the country, in the world, to add pictures to its health warnings on cigarette packs, which also tells smokers that tobacco can cause impotence, or that secondhand smoke can harm children and babies. Yeah, let's hear it for Canada's pictures.
I still don't get why they don't just ban the cigarettes. It's like, here's stuff that's going to kill you, and here's how it's going to destroy your gums and your heart and shrivel up your lungs, but go ahead and buy them and smoke them all you want.
Well, that's seriously the point, but there is a little thing called agency. that I find pretty valuable. Well, a manager of a retail clothing store was reviewing a potential employee's application, and he noticed that the man had never worked in retail before. He said to the young, energetic guy, "For a man with no experience, you're certainly asking for a high salary." "Well, sir," the applicant replied, "the work is significantly harder when you don't know what you're doing." Page 4. Yeah, well, parents are upset with a priest at Holy Trinity Catholic Church in Cornhill, Texas, after he called about 15 children up to the altar during Mass. The lesson was how Jesus suffered during crucifixion, and his method was pricking the children's hands with a pin. Now, one person said that while I was trying to, the minister, he said that while he was trying to teach them that suffering is part of life, one of the parents did say that the wounds made with an unsterilized pin did draw blood on her child, and that the priest says that's not true, and that he didn't intend it to go very deep, and he didn't think it was really a big deal. Well, all I can say is, watch out for next week's lesson in casting the first stone. A Tennessee State driving examiner, Lori Holan, just finished up giving a driving test to Osman Sahal, 25, of Nashville. And she was trying to decide whether to give him a passing or a failing grade. Well, as they pulled into the Rutherford County driver's license station in Murfreesboro, which, by the way, is my mom's hometown down there, she told this guy to stop. And as they pulled into the building, she remembers that the next thing she knew, it was raining bricks all around them. Sahal had crashed into the building, injuring 2 people inside the building waiting in line. Well, she gave him a failing grade, since, you have to injure at least 5 people to pass. And with that, we've got some updated Xbox 360 news. We're going to go to our correspondent, Vicious. Vicious, what have you got for us over there in the Xbox 360 realm?
Oh, I got a lot of stuff. Hey, let's listen to this, guys. All right. Peter Moore and Jay Allard, most of you guys know that they are the 2 head honchos over at Microsoft, okay? They are the ones that deal with Xbox and all of its little forms. Now, basically, they have both come out publicly, and they're telling everyone that the Xbox 360 is failing. It's got problems, it's got issues. Retail stores are going to be disappointed because they can't sell it out, and there's a lot of issues. Like, here, this comes straight from Peter Moore's mouth, and I quote, "Games will arrive with 1,000 bugs and get into the certification process." He also said, "They will make it or they don't. It's no big deal if a game takes another week. The consumer will get a strong lineup." A strong lineup? There have only been 3 games apparently that have been said to be released on the actual launch date of the Xbox 360. So right now, everybody's thinking that this is some kind of marketing ploy. But, nobody knows for sure. Okay, well, this could be interesting. You're going to keep us updated on developments, I hope. Oh, definitely. I mean, this is, Xbox 360 is going to be released in a little while, guys, and I think if the head guys at the company of Microsoft that deal with the Xbox are saying that there's big problems with it, then I think we better keep our eyes open and question about buying the console.
Well, I'm going to be one of those that's going to be, testing it out as soon as I possibly can, but we shall see, we shall see. Well, after Brian Nichols grabbed the deputy's gun and shot his way out of the courthouse in Fulton County, Georgia, killing 4 people, Ashley Smith was hailed as a hero. Smith, who Nichols took hostage in her own apartment after his rampage, told police how she convinced him to surrender by talking about God and reading aloud from the book. a book called The Purpose-Driven Life. Now, Smith is putting out her own book, which details how she really got Nichols to cooperate. She gave him her supply of crystal methamphetamine. That's right, Smith. She admits that she was a meth addict and used the drug for hours and before she was taken hostage. And he says, Nichols asked her, well, do you smoke it or how do I do it? And he handed her stash over, or she handed her stash over and, well, prepared the drug for him that he could snort it. That's right. That's how she got away. She got him high. She said she gave him drugs and said to herself that with time, that God will lead me out. Smith received $70,000 in rewards for capturing Nichols and says that she no longer takes drugs. Yeah, that's according to the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Someday maybe we'll revere people who succeeded without ever getting addicted to drugs, rather than people who overcame them and, well, became showered with money and fame. Never know. Now, supermodel Tyra Banks is really tired of this rumor, she says. It's something that's followed me forever. What? What's that? What rumor? Well, the rumor that she has fake breasts. But I just want to show you something, she said on her TV show as she reached under her shirt and removed her bra. This is the natural me, she declared, but probably isn't enough for some people, so I'm going to go ahead and take it a step further. And she had a plastic surgeon come on stage and perform a live sonogram of her breasts to prove that there were no implants. That's right.
Jeez.
Tyra Banks has natural breasts, concluded Dr. Garth Fisher. Well, with that important crisis averted, we can now turn to trivial things like war and hurricane recovery. Yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, but it's a good one. Sheriff's Deputy Jay Folan, he's 27, has been fired from his department after an initial investigation found he, well, was not divorced from his first wife when he married his second. He was also charged with bigamy for some weird reason. The situation came to the department's attention when Kelly McLeod, Folan's second wife's first husband, complained to investigators that his wife had married Folan even though McLeod was still married to her. Okay, at least they're all demonstrating their regard for the sanctity of marriage, right? You didn't like that? Okay, let me give you another sanctity of marriage, okay? These guys are pointing their noses up at me. Charles Edward Hicks, 61, was charged with bigamy in Fairfax County, Virginia. After a string of marriages, Hicks has been married 7 times over the past 40 years. He remains married to 2 women, prosecutors said. Yeah, here's where it gets complicated. You see, when Hicks married wife number 7, they say that he was still married to number 6, but his marriage to number 6 may not have been a legal marriage because he was still married to number 5 at the time. And he was granted a divorce from number 5.
This is GameSHOUT Radio, the #1 talk game station in the world. Visit GameSHOUT.com for more info. GameSHOUT. GameSHOUT.